Just taking a couple deep breaths, letting out a couple sighs as if setting down a heavy boulder that you do not intend to pick up again. Just dropping into your body, dropping into the radiant aliveness of the total field of experience. Total field of presence, the here-ness, the now-ness. Just noticing here and now as one indivisible field of energy, an indivisible continuum of light energy. And if only for a minute or two, just giving everything back to that field of radiant presence, radiant aliveness. Just giving back your name, giving back your image of yourself, giving back your body, giving back all sense of knowing, all sense of definition, all sense of anything conceivable, all belief systems, all identities, all notions of time and space, past and future, physicality. Even giving back all notions of spirituality, all definitions of God, of love, of infinity, light, divinity. Just giving it all back, all assumptions, all expectations, all grasping, all clinging, all attachments. If only for a minute, just becoming zero. Just being the zero space. Just being the indefinable, the undefined. Stillness. The peace that doesn't need peace. The clear light. the naked love that doesn't need love, that doesn't even know itself to be love. It has no definition of itself. Just feeling yourself being washed clean, cleansed, bathed by this return to that most primordial, that most primordial silence. And now just beginning to gradually reemerge from that in whatever way your beingness, your imagination feels or intuits or sees that reemergence. Just seeing that pure silence, that pure clear light crystallizing, birthing, with pure loving intelligence, birthing unfathomable, infinite majesty, infinite dimensions, infinite worlds, infinite possibilities, infinite souls. Just feel that pure loving intelligence choosing to be infinite worlds, infinite souls. Absolute supreme intelligence, supreme love, choosing to be, to viscerally become, to intimately know its infinite possibilities. Oh. Feel it becoming this world, this earth, your soul, souls of everyone you know. All made of nothing other than the clear light, the highest light, the highest love, the highest silence, which has no opposite. And now just seeing and feeling your soul choosing to come to this earthly realm, choosing your parents, choosing this lifetime, choosing to come here during a time of immense transition, a time of a great planetary shift, Just feeling the excitement, the richness, the juiciness, the legendariness of that. And now feeling and seeing your soul walking toward a portal. This portal is like a stone gateway with cerulean and violet and emerald hues of energy dancing in an utterly beautiful crystalline, geometric, fractal pattern within the gateway, seemingly beckoning for you to pass through it. On some deep level, you know what is on the other side of this portal, what it represents for you, what it represents in this moment for you. Now, if you so choose, see and feel yourself viscerally stepping through this portal. See and feel yourself temporarily dematerializing, becoming pure energy, pure light, moving through some kind of hyperspace. And yet feeling and knowing in total trust that this portal is bringing you directly to your heart's purest desire, purest resonance, your purest, highest New Earth timeline. Now feeling yourself rematerializing on the other side of this portal, and feeling how you've shifted, feeling how you've changed, feeling your very cells electrified with a new level of profound knowingness that you are what you wish to be. You are your heart's purest desire. You are that version, that being, that God self. Just feeling that knowing that you are it now, pulsing electrically through your entire beingness. Feeling how your body has been reshaped and realigned and reformatted, brought into a more profound harmony and alignment with itself. It's still you. It just feels like a truer you, a fuller, purer you. Home now. And just seeing, as you've now stepped through the other end of this portal, as you've rematerialized, you're seeing an expansive, gorgeous scene. You're seeing a lush, wondrous place. with waterfalls, mountains, cliffs, oceans. And immediately before you, you're seeing an unbelievable pyramid. You're seeing a pyramid, and you know in your heart that you're meant to walk into this pyramid. There's another kind of gateway, another portal into the pyramid, and you step through, and you suddenly find yourself in a kind of magical inner chamber. Somehow the inside of this pyramid is even vastly larger than the outside proportions would seem to imply. This great shimmering pyramid. On the outside, it seemed to be constructed of some precious stone or metal that you'd never seen before. And on the inside, you find yourself in a most gorgeous kind of wonderland. Surrounded by extended soul family, surrounded by beings who you know in your heart you've lived many lifetimes with. You've traveled many odysseys of the spirit. You've traveled great distances to be precisely here together. You intuitively realize that this inner chamber, this wonderland, is actually reshaping itself for each being there to present to each being a precise environment, a precise picture that most deeply resonates with the artistic soul spark of that unique being. So just seeing this inner chamber in whatever way your imagination conjures it up, looking around and seeing this soul family, this gathering of powerful gods and goddesses, interdimensional kings and queens, wizards and enchantresses, tricksters, warriors, lovers, friends. Who have all gathered for a great unveiling, a grand genesis of a new odyssey, a new alliance, a new co-creation. A new vortex. A vortex precisely designed to allow each being to align with their highest truth, their highest love, their highest timeline. and to birth, to manifest, to reveal upon the earthly plane manifestations, co-creations, communities, sanctuaries, vibrational representations, vibrational creations directly channeled from this new earth energy, so as to summon forth, summon upward all beings on earth who feel the call in their hearts to return home, to return to unconditional love, to return to infinite possibilities, infinite creatorship, infinite imagination, to return to our birthright. Just feeling and knowing that that is where you are now. Just breathing that in, couple deep breaths. Thank you, God. Thank you, Source. Thank you, Life. Thank you, Tao. Thank you, Earth. Thank you, angels, saints, sages, guardians, spirits, spirits of earth, animal spirits, forest spirits, mountain, ocean, river, cloud, sun spirits. Thank you for being with us today and allowing this portal of infinity mentorship to open. Be with us, be with each of us in whatever capacity each of us is inviting, is wishing for your assistance. Be with us and assist us on this journey. May this portal, may this vortex, may this journey be most auspicious. May it serve the highest good, the highest light, the highest joy, the highest love, the highest play of all beings here and all beings in all possible worlds. May it serve the highest good of all that is, of the all. Amen. Namaste. Just slowly returning at your own pace to the Zoom starship, which is nothing other than the infinity pyramid you just entered on a multidimensional level. Hmm. Feel welcome at your own pace to turn on your cameras so we can see your beautiful faces and feel that visceral sense of tribe, of soul family. Amazing to see all of you. So many familiar faces, many new faces. It's wonderful. Amazing. Oh. Hmm. Hmm. Super beautiful. Hmm. Hmm. Maybe just invite you to drop a word or two, a couple words in the chat box to say anything about how you feel in this moment, um, anything that came up during that meditation, your present feeling state, just so we can get a sense, just get the pulse of the room. Blissed out, Alicia says. Wow, Lauren says. Beautiful. Spacious, May says. In resonance, Nick says. Feeling super good, Trevor says. Expansive, bright, love, grateful, heaven on earth. Bawled my eyes out, feeling light, angelic, good morning, the infinite dawn. Light, optimistic, heart energy, ready. It is wonderful with you all. Such a familiar place, remembering, outstanding. Oh, beautiful. Loved. Ah, oh yes, tears were shed. Love you. Reconnected and expanded. Hearts. Hmm. Wonderful. Tears shed as well. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Hmm. Loving to witness this dreams being very close to reality. Yes, it's already here. I can feel it. The veils are becoming thinner. Everything's becoming more permeable to the multidimensional reality. So let yourself feel that. Hmm. For now, I just disabled the chat to encourage full focus, but yeah, there will be more space to share what you're feeling. So, welcome everyone. This feels really good, super auspicious. Today, for the opening session, I've got some transmissions for you guys. I'm just going to kind of radiate and express the core transmissions of this container, kind of an overview. And hopefully there will be a bit of time for uh, some sharing at the end, some sharing of questions that arise or challenges or what you're feeling. Let's see. I do have a decent amount of material to share. And yeah, the general way that this month will flow, it's intuitive, so it's dropping in as things progress. I'm open. There will be several sessions with me and very likely some guest facilitation and some guest transmissions by some of the other powerful souls in this vortex. So really looking forward to that. Um, Today, you pretty much get some full-on JB transmissions, so hopefully that's cool with everybody. Yeah. May I, uh, may I be a humble channel and vessel for truth today. Yeah. So, made some notes on stuff I want to share, and I think I'll just go ahead and dive into that now. Hmm. Really exciting. Feel my body charged with energy. Good stuff. So, first things first, this now is God. This now is absolute reality. This now is absolute perfection. This moment now is nothing other than absolute, supreme, loving intelligence, being the earth, being this realm, being each and every one of us. Everything is made of nothing other than pure, naked God light, God love. And it's all perfect. It's all perfect. Beyond words, it's a perfect, indescribable, eternal poem. There are no mistakes. Everything is exactly where it needs to be. So, congratulations. You already won. It's all perfect. It's all right here. It's all exactly as it needs to be. So feel free to breathe into that. Feel free to heave a sacred sigh of relief and just know that you are loved beyond measure. You are made of nothing other than love. You are made of absolute clear light, the highest light, which has no opposite, which contains every single texture. There is no texture that is out of place in this divine tapestry, this divine artwork of creation. It is all perfect. It is all there for you, and you yourself created all of it. You yourself created all of it, and you are revealing all of it to yourself for all of eternity in infinite different ways, from infinite different angles, infinite permutations. That is your great joy, your great love, to write an endless love letter to yourself, to endlessly make love with yourself by experiencing yourself as the divine poem, as infinite beings within the divine opera, the divine Shakespearean story. And yet it's so much more than just a story written on a page. It's written in flesh and bone. God is being all of us in flesh and bone. How marvelous, how beautiful. Whew. Supreme loving intelligence, the one divine miraculous mystery is this right now. Simply start noticing the fact of being. I recommend doing this now and doing this more often. Just notice the astonishing context. We're usually so fixated on the content, but the context is the most astonishing fact. All of this is actually here. All of this is actually here. So go to the wowness, go to the this is all actually here-ness, go to the astonishingness of that fact more often. Feel the wholeness of it, feel the smoothness of it, feel the here-ness and nowness of it. It's here, it's radiant, it's glistening, it's everything, it's light, it's you. indivisible. It's one. And as you do this, and as you open yourself to this, to that astonishing fact, as you release concepts and definitions and assumptions and knowing, being will begin to teach you directly. Being your own self will begin to teach you directly and remind you. This begins with what I'm sure you've all experienced: synchronicities and signs and omens and deja vu and the perfect people appearing at the perfect moment. And then eventually this leads to direct seeing, direct experience, directly knowing, directly, viscerally, vividly melting into nothing other than completely self-verifying, completely self-evident, pure source light, pure God intelligence, pure God love. And I'm certain that many of you here have also had experiences of direct knowing, direct seeing, direct feeling, direct being, knowing what you are, just knowing, far beyond words, beyond concepts, just a knowing deep in your heart that you are that light, that love that can never be said, that can never be contained in any map, that can never be pinned down. That's what we all are. And many more of us are beginning to remember that on this plane at this time, and how exciting, how absolutely breathtakingly exciting that is. Magnificent. Oh. So that's the must say foundation, right? Perfection. So there's nothing to do, there's nothing to be, nothing to possess, become, accomplish, attain. It's all already perfect. Heave a sacred sigh of relief. There's no way to be off the path. There's no way to make a mistake. Everything is always and eternally perfect. So then from there, what do you do? Well, you play, of course. You play. Whatever game, whatever dance, whatever song most excites your soul. And apparently, quite apparently, quite obviously, our souls have decided to play an earthly game at this time, a really, really epic earthly game of incarnating in flesh and bone, incarnating as these visceral, intimate, wavy, cuddly, soft, beautiful animal bodies, and experiencing a wildly goofy and silly and miraculous and terrifying and startling and stunning earthly adventure together. All of us as nothing other than pure God intelligence, choosing to manifest itself as multiplicity, as a co-creative space of many beings, as co-creators of this earthly vortex, this earthly sphere, this earthly plane. And we didn't just do that at just any time on Earth. We did it at a crazy epic moment. Crazy epic. Like, how cool is that? I mean, the last 100 years, things have been completely, maybe you've noticed that things have just completely been shifting on this planet like crazy. There's just an explosive transition taking place. And we have incarnated right into the middle of it, right into the thick of it, right into the great purge, really. We're right in the middle of the great purge, where thousands of years of unaddressed and unresolved karma and shadows are being pressed to the surface of humanity to be seen, to be felt, to be vomited up, to be released, to be shed, to make room for that which is coming, that which is emerging. So I wrote, Earth is transitioning, shifting to a higher plane / dimension / density In some models, such as the law of one model, you could say that Earth is transitioning from third to fourth density. And density can be kind of a confusing term. It just means a higher density of spiritual mass. So it's like a higher concentration of spiritual energy. As this transition, this, you could call it an ascension process, although it's important to realize that higher in the sense of higher frequency does not mean like better or more valid or more sacred or more perfect. No, everything is perfect just as it is. Everything always has been perfect. The great poem, the great play, the great dance is perfect at every single stage. But higher frequency is a good way to denote what is happening, because there is energy that is vibrating at a higher rate of vibration that is increasingly entering this planetary sphere and causing the earth. You can almost imagine the earth doing like an Osho active meditation, and the earth is like shaking in the shaking phase of Osho active meditation, and it's shaking faster and faster, and it's going to increasingly shake off and shake out all the creations that were aligned with that third density stage, that third density phase, which was more heavily characterized by ego identification, by grasping, by clinging, by a sense of scarcity, a sense of maybe there's not enough, so I need to make sure I get mine, and a sense of division, a sense of tribalism, a sense of in groups and out groups, a sense of division. And this was all perfect. What an epic poem that has all been. But Earth is now shifting out of that. At least this is the deepest sense that I presently have about what is. So all third density creations will increasingly crumble in the coming times. They will increasingly crumble, dissolve, and transmute into fourth density love-based incarnations of themselves. Unconditional love-based incarnations will be revealed in the coming times, and this is already happening. This process is well underway. The great purge is occurring now. We've experienced a significant intensification of this purge in the past couple years. What everyone knows as Corona is nothing other than an intensification of this great purge. There's so much energy, so much stuck ancestral energy that is needing to be purged and released right now. And the way the body releases energy is through vomiting or sweating or yawning or shitting or shaking or getting really hot and burning stuff off. Anyone who's ever sat with ayahuasca very much will know that this is how the body purges and releases energy. And so to the uninitiated or the unaware, this appears as sickness and appears that something is wrong, when actually nothing's wrong at all. It's actually really beautiful, really perfect. Bodies, the human bodies of this planetary sphere are going through a massive purge, a massive release of stuck ancestral energy and shadow energy at this time. And as well, I want to note that even though seeing the perfection does not mean that I also don't have compassion for the immense suffering at this time too. I see it all as perfect, and yet I also feel in my heart like a super deep compassion for what everyone is going through on this planet at this time. Every single person, not just those who are pro or against particular narratives or pro or against certain political positions, every single person, because we're all going through it together. Everyone is going through a profound purge on this planet at this time. Profound releases, profound summonings. A profound summons has been issued, and it can't be ignored, really. It's it's affecting all of us. So massive compassion to everyone going through it now. You can liken it to the great flood of Noah. This is a really good metaphor for what's happening, except it's not a flood of water. It's a flood of high frequency energy entering this realm to clean out all that is rotten, to wash away all the deadwood, to wash away all of the patterns of yesteryear, all the shadow baggage, all of the stuck energy. And continuing the metaphor, Noah's Ark in the story, obviously a huge boat we all hop on and we stay alive floating on the sea. The Noah's Ark in our scenario is the emerging mycelial network of new earth sanctuaries, communities, and superorganisms, both digital and physical, that is arising, that is being revealed, that is manifesting. These are the first incarnations of the fourth density paradigm that Earth is moving into. These are the first instantiations of universal love, unconditional love-based organisms. These are the sorts of organisms, the sorts of sanctuaries, the sorts of communities that we are all being called to move toward, the sorts of societies, the sorts of cities, everything. So again, it's already here and it's already happening. I recently saw some data suggesting that there are already 10,000 to 20,000 plus intentional communities on Earth right now. Plus, of course, there's many thousands more retreat centers, plus all the digital ecosystems as well. So this is really happening. This new Earth ecosystem, this new Earth ecology, this new Earth mycelial network, it's here and it's growing. And yeah, there's a great website, ic.org, that provides a database of intentional communities where you can find intentional communities near you and find which ones are looking for new people to join them. So this is a great tool for people attempting to make their way to the new Earth. And of course, not every intentional community is going to be deeply rooted in fourth density, unconditional love on all levels. There's definitely a calibration process happening and a spectrum there. But in general, intentional communities are much more likely to be permeated with the new Earth frequency than the legacy cities on this planet, which are increasingly unlivable and fraught with turmoil. And perhaps you feel called to stay in a city for whatever amount of time. That's also beautiful. We also need people, beings anchoring the light in those places too. So the more beings that align with the emerging new Earth / fourth density timeline and embody love light, the greater the gravitational force of the new Earth becomes, allowing it to increasingly summon more beings to it. You do not save a drowning person by drowning yourself. Rather, you manifest Noah's arks made of love light. So, and shout out to Bentinho Massaro for that statement. You don't save a drowning person by drowning yourself. I think he's the first one I heard say that. I really like that statement. A lot of people on the planet right now are very deep in process, very deep in purge, very deep in ceremony, very deep in deep shadow work. And it's important to realize that you can't, for one, you can't save anyone in that sense. Everyone has to save themselves. Everyone has to remember for themselves and do their own work. And this is part of the beautiful design that we all created in this lifetime. But really, you cannot help someone by going down into the muck with them and wallowing in that despair frequency and in that frequency of, and that's not to say you don't have your own shadow work to do and you don't have to go down and do your own inner excavations and stuff. But in general, the way to help the many people who feel like they're drowning on this planet at this time is not to drown yourself and go into a state of being just kind of splashing around chaotically, feeling massive despair and just kind of crippling yourself in a paralysis of not knowing what to do. Rather, it is to create these Noah's Arks and to become a Noah's Ark yourself, basically become a shepherd, become an instantiation of love light, become love, become light, become pure unconditional acceptance, embody that, hold that spaciousness, create communities, create organisms from that frequency of spaciousness, from that frequency of love light, and increasingly We can create this global network of Noah's arcs that are earthly anchors for the new earth frequency, for fourth density energy. And then the more that this physically becomes a reality on earth, the more powerfully it is then able to summon beings to it. Beings are then shown a lighthouse that can guide them out of their confusion and out of the darkness. They're shown a lighthouse of a different set of possibilities, a reality rooted in a fundamentally different paradigm than what they have known. So that is my sense of what we are being asked to do, is to contribute to this network of Noah's arcs. Grab my next paper here. I've got a large kind of scroll here. A few more things to share. So let's see what else came through yesterday when I wrote this. So you can align with this new earth that is being revealed. You can do so in increasingly profound and total ways. And very likely you are destined to do so, else you would not be listening to this. Yeah, so the levels to which we can align with the new earth, to which we can become living embodiments of heaven on earth, is basically limitless. It's boundless. It knows no ends. There's basically endless levels of the degree to which we can embody this, the degree to which we can know this within ourselves and can become living, breathing expressions of this. And yeah, I don't know about you guys, but that to me is the most exciting thing, the most like resonant thing that I can really imagine doing at this time on earth, is playfully being what I truly am, playfully embodying my deeper nature of pure, naked light, pure, naked source love, being that, radiating that, emanating that, revealing the earthly manifestations of that, because they already exist is the thing. Everything already exists now, which I'll speak to more in a moment. It's just a matter of revealing it by becoming a vibrational match for it. The more you become a vibrational match, the more you know in your heart that you already are it. Reality must then present to you a vibrational reality, a picture, a world that resonates at the same frequency at which you yourself are resonating. So you may have already noticed this phenomenon in terms of, as you yourself have increased your frequency and increased your embodiment over the years, moving in the direction of the new earth, you have attracted new people and new environments and new possibilities into your world that resonate more profoundly with this frequency that you're stepping into. So this process basically knows no end. And the process of doing this, the process of aligning and aligning to the new earth and embodying this frequency, can be distilled down. It can be simplified to a twofold process, which is, number one, to release the old, release the dead wood, release what is no longer serving, what is no longer integrous. And number two, feel, imagine, be, and go directly toward the new according to your purest heart resonance. So I'll speak a little more about each of these now. So you can begin clearing and releasing the old by sealing your energetic leaks. Energetic leaks are basically any way that you're leaking energy, you're giving energy to things that are not in alignment with your purest heart resonance. Where our attention goes, our energy flows. So anything we're giving attention and energy to that is not, and shout out to Jonathan McCall for that statement, where attention goes, energy flows. He says that all the time, and I love that one. Where attention goes, energy flows. So any way that we're giving our attention and energy to things which are not in alignment with our purest heart resonance, our purest excitement, our purest new earth desire, that is a way that we are leaking energy if we are wanting to and feeling summoned to rise into our new earth timelines. So here's some examples of energetic leaks that I invite you to start looking at and invite you to start cleaning up and clearing out during the next month. And this is not an overnight process. This is like an endless ongoing, seemingly endless ongoing process where as you clear out some of these things, more subtle things are revealed and the process just kind of gains momentum. But gradually it starts to just feel really good and really fun because you realize that every time you seal up a leak, every time you cut something out that isn't truly aligned, you just start feeling better and lighter. You just start feeling more like yourself. So some examples of energetic leaks are addictions, distractions, toxic relationships, toxic environments, unhandled life administration tasks, such as like debt or taxes, stuff like this, superfluous, non-sacred possessions, extra possessions that aren't really sacred that you don't really need, non-aligned media, social media, information, and music consumption, non-nourishing food or medicine or drug consumption, sedentary or disconnected or non-nature attuned lifestyles, blaming others, resentments, people you have not completely forgiven, conflicts you haven't completely let go of, victim identities, and really identities of any kind that you're holding on to more than extremely loosely. Dogmas of any kind, rigid belief systems of any kind, doctrines of any kind, porn and leaky sexual habits and energy. Almost, it may be possible to utilize porn in a sacred way, in an aligned New Earth way, but the vast, vast majority of what's out there and the way we tend to interact with that world is not that. So you have to discern that for yourself. Judgment of others of any kind and any kind of self-judgment. This process is not about judging yourself. Judging yourself is actually another bottleneck and another like arrogant way that we leak energy and get stuck in this kind of self-focused process. Don't judge yourself for this. Just discern and look very honestly at your life. Further energetic leaks, arrogance of any kind, closedness of any kind, thinking you have it all, quote unquote, figured out, unaddressed blind spots and shadow patterns, over-attachment to any teacher or teaching or practice or community, excessive chattering or imprecise communication, not deeply listening, not truly deeply presencing and listening, forms of self-created suffering, and really doing anything that doesn't purely resonate. So again, this list is non-exhaustive. This is just some that I generated yesterday, and there are many subtleties within this that continue to reveal themselves as you start to earnestly do this work. And trust me, you just start to feel like so good, better and better as you do this work of cleaning this stuff up, and then you just want to do more of it. So yeah, again, I invite you to start and deepen this long-term momentum building process during this month. And simultaneously, number 2, again, in the process that I'm discussing here, the process of aligning with the new earth. So number 1 was release the old. And I just discussed everything that is likely an example of the old that is gradually going to be released and shed and let go of from your system. And do take note that I didn't say like you can't have any fun anymore or play or like party or have festivals. Like I'm the new earth vision for me is like we're all just like playing and dancing and singing and creating in alignment with our truest expression. We're all just like joyfully being what we are, very, very purely. It's just that it's on that frequency of pure heart resonance. We've actually all dropped into pure heart resonance and pure heart desire, and we're acting from that pure desire. We're no longer acting from all these compensatory cravings and shadow patterns and protective mechanisms and distractions and addictions that arose because we were told from a young age that we couldn't actually pursue our true desire, because we were taught that our purest heart's desire was not actually possible or not actually practical or not actually likely. We developed, and because of a lot of wounding, a lot of trauma, whatever, we developed a whole set of shadow patterns and mechanisms and protective shields and stuff. And this, for most people, becomes their entire life. Their entire life is basically a compensatory mechanism designed to please others and designed to hide from the truth of who they really are, which they buried very, very deep in the basement long ago because they were told that it wasn't okay and that they couldn't actually go there and be that. Well, the new earth, the fourth density timeline we're moving into is all about like realizing, yes, you can actually be and have everything that you purely dream of having. You already are that, you already do have it, and it's all right there. So that's the releasing the old aspect. And then simultaneously, again, step 2, as I said, is feel, imagine, be, go directly toward the new according to your heart resonance. So you can do these two simultaneously. I feel they're quite synergistic, actually, and I recommend doing them simultaneously. You don't need to get in this pattern of like, oh yeah, in a couple years when I'm done cleaning everything out and I'm finally done with my alignment and healing process, then I can finally start actually doing the things I really want to do. No, you can just start doing both simultaneously. And again, there's a level of discernment and calibration needed here. Sometimes you're going to be hit with a massive process that comes up and just demands your full attention, and you need to like set aside your projects and your creations and going directly towards stuff for a little bit, and you just need to go into the massive kind of purge or heart opening process or whatever's occurring for you. But in general, you can do these simultaneously. So in terms of aligning with the new and going directly toward the new and being the new, you align with the new by uncompromisingly going directly toward your purest desire, your highest excitement, your heart resonance, your purest aliveness. You do this by stop asking, is it possible? And is there enough X or Y? Is there enough money or time or energy or resources? Completely stop asking these questions and know in your heart that it is all already done and has all already been given. Your divine bank balance is always infinity Bitcoin, infinite resources, infinite possibilities, simply waiting to be revealed by your knowing that it is done, it is here. Stop fact-checking your desires, as Bentinho Massaro put it one time. Stop fact-checking your excitement. This is like, I hope that lands for you guys, because for me, that's a powerful statement. Like, it's all already here. It's all already done. If you have a pure desire in your heart for it, the creator would not give you that desire. You would not give yourself that pure desire unless you also gave yourself the means to realize that. And unless on some level it was already done. So as soon as you feel that pure heart desire, you can actually know on some level that it's already done. It's already here. In multidimensional reality, that is already here. And then you can just stop this endless process of fact-checking your desires and fact-checking your excitement and asking, is this really logistically possible? Do I have the resources for this? How am I gonna afford this? Or can I do X or Y? Just actually like starting to completely detach and set aside those mechanisms that we've been really deeply indoctrinated into, and just realizing that you can go directly toward your pure, true desire, whatever it is. You can literally just go directly toward it. You can follow the breadcrumb trail. You can take the next aligned action, go directly toward it, and you can just watch as God materializes the path step by step right in front of you. Especially when you truly deeply internalize that it's none of your business how exactly it shows up. Your job is to know that it's already done and then keep following the breadcrumb trail, take the next step, and always assume and know that whatever is showing up is the next breadcrumb, is the next step toward exactly what you're going for. So you don't fact check what's showing up, and you don't ask like, oh, this doesn't look quite exactly like I was imagining, so I don't know if this is really working. You don't fact check it like that. You don't flinch. You trust that whatever is showing up is the exact medicine, the exact breadcrumb, the exact next step. You know in your heart that it's already done, and you just keep taking the next aligned action. You keep making the next dance move that feels most alive, that feels most aligned, that feels most exciting, most joyful, most radiant to you. And you just then watch as pure magic happens, and you watch as literally your entire life revolutionizes, and everything you ever dreamed of comes true in a more perfect way than you could have even dreamt it up, is pretty much the process. So again, stop fact checking your excitement. If it purely excites you, it's because your soul came to earth to do that. So just do it. So with full faith, occupy full faith. This is important. Full faith. The more deeply, and there's basically infinite levels of faith, like infinities upon infinity. But the most infinite faith that you can summon with full faith, occupy the feeling state of your God self who already lives in your highest timeline. Act and be and exist from and as that God self, and watch reality deliver you rapidly that which vibrationally matches your frequency, your state, your beingness. So it's really, the feeling state is really the bridge. And I think we'll be going deeper into this in this container. The more that you can spend time vividly imagining yourself living the pure desire, vividly see yourself in the pyramid, or at the waterfalls, or facilitating a breathwork ceremony, or whatever it is for you, whatever lights you up, whatever you're feeling is your true thing. The more you can vividly visualize that, just like we did in the opening meditation, vividly visualize it, and not as some like far off like thing that I'm just imagining in my dream world, but no, actually knowing that you're like, all of this right now is nothing other than divine imagination. Again, like everything is made of divine imagination. Everything is made of naked God light. Everything is made of naked God intelligence. Imagination is what this is. So our imagination is actually like one of our most powerful tools, one of our most profound connections to source, to God. And anything that we imagine is actually real, just as real as this here. It's just, maybe it's at a different layer of a different level of subtlety. There's this whole spectrum from like subtle to more concrete to more gross manifestations. But just because it's at a greater degree of subtlety doesn't mean that it isn't just as real as this right here. So the more that you vividly, viscerally go into these imaginal places, and you see yourself doing the things with the people that you want to be doing, and you feel that feeling state of that in your body as if it's already done. You just feel and know that it's already done, and then you just drop it. You can just get in the habit of doing this regularly. And for some people, going to a more vivid, a more detailed vision will work better. And for others, it will be more like just going to a single image, like an image of a pyramid, or an image of a Costa Rican beach, or an image of whatever. Or for some, it may not even be an image. It may just be a feeling, an intention, where you can just tune directly into the intention, and you can get the feeling state from that. Maybe the intention is just something like a wordless knowing of heaven on earth, and you just kind of go directly into that, and you just feel the energy of that in your body, and you just know, wow, that's already done. Amazing. That's beautiful. And then you just start being that. You just start acting from that. You just start knowing that. You just start flowing with that. And again, you don't make it your business how exactly it shows up. You trust that whatever appears, that's it. That's the next breadcrumb. That's the next medicine that is needed to allow you to peel back the layers and shed everything in yourself that is not aligned with the vibration that you are stepping into. because there are many levels to this, again, of really like embodying this and knowing this and letting this new earth energy like drop into your body and actually like reformat you on every level down to a cellular level. There's a lot to that. So if something seemingly really like bad or triggering is happening, just again see it as, wow, amazing, this is the exact medicine that is needed next to trigger some really deep wound, so it can come to the surface, so that I can hold it in the light of neutral loving awareness, so that I can transmute and release it for myself and the collective, so that I can more purely embody the new earth frequency. Wow, what an honor it is to receive that right now. What beautiful medicine. So that's the essence of step 2, which is feel, imagine, be, go directly toward the new according to your heart resonance. And yeah, I'll very likely be speaking more about that in this container. Let's see, what do we have left for time? So we've got about 15 minutes left officially. Maybe we can go a little over. I don't want to go too much over. I'm almost done here. So I just wrote, your suffering has not been for nothing in this lifetime. You/God created it as a marination/spicing process/initiation to prepare your exact rich, flavorful medicine. Suffering is actually the supreme archer of God, of your true self, drawing back the bowstring of your beingness. Creak, 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 contract, 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 preparing to launch you directly toward your highest soul joy truth and timeline in this lifetime, with renewed single pointedness, with new tenacity, with total vigor, total commitment. Like, you can just imagine yourself marinating in that cauldron with the spices of darkness and suffering, and just feel how that's been like working you over, that's been preparing you, that's been seeping into you, that's been cracking you open, that's been making you more compassionate, more powerful, more resilient, stronger. And it's just been preparing you. And there are also many cycles of this, like micro cycles. But then that moment, it's contraction, contraction, contraction. Then the bowstring is released by the archer. And then all of that suffering and all that darkness is then, there's like this incredible alchemical transmutation where it then becomes the exact kind of fuel, the exact power, the exact like fuck the haters, I'm being me now, like energy that you just like, you just like launch directly toward like the highest cloud paradise of your most beautiful, pure soul calling. And then you've also been equipped with the exact medicine, the exact empathy, the exact compassion that you will need to serve the beings that you are meant to serve as you align with your highest timeline from that process. So deep heart compassion for all of you for being warriors in this lifetime, because I know it hasn't been easy. You know, we signed up for some pretty crazy shit down here. We signed up for a lot of heartbreak and a lot of pain and a lot of depression and a lot of, you know, really deep challenges, a lot of fear, a lot of trauma. You know, it's a lot. It's been a lot, and it's intense right now. So I feel for all of you, and I just want to say, my heart goes out to you, and your suffering has not been for nothing. You've been being initiated. You've been being prepared. You've been being marinated and spiced, and just feel how much more flavorful the stew, the bubbling curry of your beingness is because of that darkness and suffering. You know, just feel like how much more tenacious, how much more resilient, how much more powerful you are as a result of having walked through those fires, walked across those beds of hot coals. You're like Tony Robbins times 1,000, like, you know? So yeah, I just wanted to drop that in the space. And yeah, I love you. Much love, everyone. And if anyone, let's start with any, yeah, much love, much love. Many deep bows of gratitude and recognition of your divine soul. Thank you for existing. Let's start with if anyone has any particular burning questions big hearts, Adam and everybody else. Love seeing all y'all. This is great. If anybody has any particular burning questions that they would like to ask, you can use the raise hand function and I can unmute you for that. I would like to start there with anyone who, yeah, or just like if there's anything that really feels like really wants to be asked or really wants to be expressed or a challenge you're dealing with, would like to start there. And otherwise, yeah, if no one has any burning questions, then we can move to less burning questions. Any questions or any challenge or anything you want to share in this particular moment. Trevor's got something.
Yo. Thank you for that. It's like the spiraling, just the deepening that I'm feeling. So yeah, thank you for all of those super downloads. Uh, Actually, yeah, what came up during it was like one of the videos someone shared of Bentino was he had like the hand, right? And then like the pinky or the lowest was like the lowest thing you could do, like very like kind of would drag you down a little bit. And then your middle finger is like where you currently are. And then like your pointer finger and thumb, your thumb is like the highest aligned thing you could do. So like using your hand like that, if you like you just assess where you're at, like maybe you're at like if you're at like your current baseline, it's your middle finger. And yeah. No, I like using that, but when you were talking though, I was thinking that and thinking how like, yeah, being here, getting the downloads was like going up to the pointer finger and then the thumb. And then I was thinking of like what else I could do today to like go even further. So yeah, it was just really exciting. I don't know, I just wanted to share that.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Thanks for
thank
sharing,
you.
brother. And yeah, I don't know, maybe buy that plane ticket to Azores and that'll be the thumb action for today. Yeah. Tanya, Leela, and I are moving to Azores in a few days. And yeah, feeling like that's the next uh, supercharged action step in our vortex. So yeah, hope to see many of you there over time. Thank you, Trevor. Beautiful share. Rafi, is it Rafi? Ask you to unmute.
Wow. I'm kind of in a space where words might not be that easy to muster, but I just feel deeply honored and grateful and humbled to be in this space and to share this transmission with all of us here. And it's almost like this meeting was the confirmation of everything that you revealed and mentored on, and I'm right there with you, and it's all really happening in a really intense way in this last week or two. I've been calling this expansion and integration of my core resonance as it just widens out to infinity, but stays in that single pointed focus of the infinite potential of the God mind and his heart that we all share in love and deep presence. And I just can't believe I'm here now. And thank you.
Amazing, brother. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing and joining us. And yeah, much love. Thank you for your presence. I could tell you were really tuning in with deep presence, and that's much appreciated. Like the deeper presence we all bring to this, the more powerful it becomes too. So thank you.
Yeah, it was super activating. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Feel your heart. I just I'm humbled to be with you and all of us here together. It's really special for me.
Beautiful, brother. Thank you for showing up. Anna?
I would like to second everything that was just said. And just to say a quick thank you for being such a beautiful breadcrumb. I guess all of you, thanks for being such beautiful breadcrumbs. This was perfect timing, of course. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Anna. So good to, can't presently see you, but so good to feel you here with us. And it's been a while. And yeah, look forward to giving you another big hug sometime soon in person, maybe at another apotheosis or elsewhere. And my sister's name is Anna. I think you already know that, but it's extra special resonance. So much love. Were you complete, Anna?
Yes, yeah, I'm complete. Thank you.
Okay, beautiful. Sulen.
Hi, everyone. Jordan, nice to meet you and nice to meet you all. It's great to be here. I ended up here by my partner, by his invitation, Milo. He's here as well. And I just want to say that how beautiful it is to be in a chat like this with having everyone in the same vibration. Knowing that we are here to be part of this new world, understanding our shadows, going through it, being humble through the whole process, and tuning into this new vibration, the fourth dimension vibration, which is beautiful, and where we can all touch, we can all connect with. I'm so thankful for every soul here who has awakened, and it's part of this new process and this new planet. So glad. Thank you all for all your energy, and let's be in the light, and let's keep working for the light, and let's be light everywhere we go. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing, and thank you for your very sincere, attentive presence here. Could also really feel you deeply tuning in and presencing. So thank you so much. And Adam and Celicia.
Hey, brother.
Hi, Jordan.
Yo.
Great to see you again.
You guys too. Thanks for tuning
much
in.
love, brother. I just wanted to say how much I appreciated, especially your transmission about the marination that's happening right now with the suffering. Because as we're doing this work, I've noticed, I think we've both noticed, how we can often get tied up in the suffering. You know, we're doing the work to work on ourselves, to go in the shadow sides of things, to work through the traumas of the past. And sometimes that can be very overwhelming. And we get caught up in that cycle of the suffering, and that's in the heaviness. And we think, what the fuck is going on? I'm doing all this work, all these years, and I'm still where I'm at. And what was this all for? And it's good to be reminded every once in a while that that's exactly what it's for. It's exactly to make us stronger. It's exactly to create more resilience so that we can be these warriors of the light moving forward. And this analogy of drawing back the bowstring, the string of the bow, I really like, because I feel that's what's happening. That suffering is charging us in a way, you know, to get us ready to be launched into that new paradigm. So thanks for reminding me of that. And today's our 7th day of a 12-day fast. So I've been suffering the last few days, and it just puts it back into perspective that we're on the right path, and it's gonna create that new energy and the new focus that we need to move forward. So yeah, thanks again, brother. It's great to see you. Love you.
Thank you. Love you, Jordan. Thank you.
Love you both. Thank you so much. And 12-day fast. Wow, that's some warrior next level stuff. So kudos on that. I've never done one of those. So Milo has his hand up. I'll have one more share here from him, and then since we're about at time, yeah, I'll go into the conclusion here.
Thanks, Jordan. Hey guys. Yeah, 12-day fast. Major praise for that. That's huge. I'll be quick because I know you want to move on. I just want to say there's this energy that is going right through every single cell in my body right now. You can hear it in my voice, I think. And I think it's a culmination of all of us, all of our presence here today, and the lead up to this. The last couple of years, I have been tackling a lot of shadow work, and meeting Sue Ellen, who just spoke. We both kind of met each other when we were in the deepest and darkest of times, and I'm so happy and so proud of us to be here together in this container amongst all of your energies. And I just want to say, for all of you who are on that journey of shadow work, and we always will be, that I am thankful for your presence in this container, and that I and everyone else here, I'm sure, will be a supportive rock for us to move up, to move higher, and to move forward into this new earth, to this new energy. So thank you so much.
Powerful, bro. I feel it. I feel you're charged up right now. It's amazing. Yeah. Thanks for joining us recently for Astonishing Miracle of Existence, and yeah, nice to feel your presence in the vortex, and yeah, thank you for resonating, and really looking forward to more. Feeling you, bro. Thank you. I see you. All right, y'all. Beautiful. So just want to drop into one final meditation to conclude here with a song that synchronistically reemerged in my consciousness yesterday when I was just playing an old playlist of mine called Sacred Songs on Shuffle. And I just had like an immediate knowing that I was meant to play this song in this session today and have everyone tune into this. So just going to ask everyone to invite you to close your eyes again. And if you feel, you can turn off your camera if you like, if it allows you to drop in more deeply, whatever feels best for you. And invite you to put your hand over your heart if that feels good. And just take a couple more deep breaths. And again, just invite you to make a vocalization on the out breath, a big sigh, and really, if you feel it, like let out a visceral sigh or sound, or whatever, a shout, whatever needs to be released right now. Just use the breath as that shamanic tool for releasing, for purifying. Just blowing it all away on the wind. Blowing it all away on the wind. And then just before I play this song here, just once more, just giving everything back to God, including everything that was touched upon in this session, just dropping back into non-knowing, dropping back into non-defining, non-grasping, non-conceptualizing, just surrendering it all back to God, and just dwelling in that non-knowing space, which can really just allow whatever wisdom or whatever revelations or insights you discovered within yourself during the session to integrate more deeply, actually. The less that you try to grasp them and hold on to them tightly at a mental level, the more they can really sink in and just become this intuitive knowingness, this intuitive flowing intelligence in your body. So just giving it all back to God, dropping into non-knowing with your hands over your heart, and then just tuning in very deeply to this beautiful track that I'm going to play for you now. It's called Metamorphosis by Darpan from the album Love Light.
We stand at the threshold of a great dawning. Something deep within life is changing. An era is ending. And at the very core of creation, something new is being born. We are awakening from a long collective sleep, an in vitro dreaming deep within the womb of our Mother Earth. Now is the time of a great shifting of cosmic wheels, which will result in the reformation of our Earth and trigger a radical shift in consciousness. A galactic tidal wave of light is descending upon the Earth, activating the highest potential, raising the frequency. Reality is being reformed, redefined. The activation of new neural patterns will trigger new perceptions, new information, new impulses, and the recalibration of DNA. Open yourself to these high-dimensional frequencies. Let go. Love each other in these coming times. Be kind to each other. Gather in community. Share yourself. Live your dream. Live your heart. Open yourself. Be prepared for the challenges to come, the dark times of chaos and upheaval. We will experience a dynamic recalibration of electromagnetic fields and Earth systems on a global scale. Stay present. Stay calm and centered. Try not to judge what is happening. Surrender to the process. Hold firm in the knowledge of what is being birthed. The process of birthing is an awesome undertaking, an arduous task, often fraught with intensity. Stay in the heart. Stay connected to beloved friends and family. Remember that this too shall pass, and is a necessary purification, a great purge of all that is not in resonance with what is being born in us. All will be redeemed and reformed in miraculous ways. Chaos will become peace, and sorrow will become joy. Trust with love. The butterfly is a marvelous demonstration of the power within trust and vulnerability, and in the miracle of metamorphosis. After all, what is a butterfly, if not the flowering of a caterpillar beyond its wildest dreams? Emerging from the womb of the chrysalis, the butterfly discards its restrictive silken shell to inherit a magical new world of flowers, breezes, and sunshine. A world of freedom and delight and the celebration of its divine nature. Spreading her wings for the first time, she has no idea whether she can fly. She simply opens her wings in perfect confidence and is effortlessly conveyed into the spiral dance of graceful flight. And all that then remains is the joyous participation in the divine ecstasy of creation. As you turn your light inward and witness your true nature, you become an empty mirror and go beyond beliefs or doctrines. Dissolving the veils, the formless takes form. Going or coming, we are in the right place. As the veils are lifted, we will perceive worlds of unimaginable beauty. Self-transforming astral worlds of light will shine down and interpenetrate the density of matter, making it translucent, less dense, and more permeable to our thoughts and feelings. Multidimensional reality and the interconnectedness of all things will be as clear as sunlight. And just as the light is not separate from the sun, and the wave is not separate from the ocean, so shall we realize our connection to the source and recognize ourselves in each other as one vast ocean of love and light. Let the divine recognize the divine. Lights will find other lights. And as the spark ignites within you, so it will ignite in others, in a majestic radiance of consciousness, and set the world alight in its magnificence. A new world, without fear, without war, without greed, in the safe custodianship of an awakened species, manifesting peace, with love, light, and celebration. May the Divine Mother bless all sentient beings as her children. May the Ascended Ones bless mankind. May religion be swept away by the revelation of what we are. May the children of the earth understand that this is to be a birthing place of a new humanity, the birthing of a new man utterly discontinuous from the past, released, transformed, metamorphosed into a multidimensional being, conscious, whole, and free.
Just taking a final deep breath. Whew. And then another. Just breathing that in, soaking that in, allowing that transmission to activate your own truth, your own remembrance, receiving what resonates, letting go of what does not resonate. And then once again, just letting it all go, giving it all back to God, and returning to that beyondness, beyond the beyond, beyond any conception. Oof. Amen. Namaste. Thank you all for your presence here. This was a really beautiful session, really powerful. You can really feel all of you. So wonderful. Feel free to unmute yourselves and send some love or say bye before we peace out here.
Nature of nature.
Thank you, Jordan, and all the beings here. Much love.
Create culture.
Thank you.
We have to create
Thank you.
culture.
Blessings to all.
All of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So good
Thank
to
you,
see
Jordan.
everyone. I love you all.
Till we meet again.
Love that gingerbread
Have an
man.
amazing rest of your day and evening. So,
Thank you.